Howdy, everybody, and welcome to Season 2 of Dreams of Infinity. I am Matthew R. Dawson, your friendly neighborhood host and magic keeper for this campaign, and joining me around my virtual table tonight are Ashleyien, Hana, John, Kira, and Los. Say hi, everyone.
Say hi, everyone.
Hi,
everyone.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Why not? Now, before we begin, we do have a few announcements to get through, starting with the first of our two sponsors for tonight's show, Hero Forge. Hopefully the cops don't come and get me. Hero Forge offers fully customizable tabletop minis with dozens of fantasy species and thousands of parts to choose from. Their easy-to-use design tool lets you build your perfect miniature online using a fully 3D in-depth character creator right in your web browser, which is where we built the tokens for this game. You can build yours today at HeroForge.com. Our second sponsor for tonight's show is XSplit. XSplit is a high-quality virtual webcam background remover that works with your already existing webcam. Using this program, you can protect your privacy while you work or play remotely by blurring the background, removing it entirely, or even putting a picture as the background instead. You can download the app today at xsplit.com, and if you use the coupon code RANDOM with a capital R, you can get 10% off of your purchase. You can find our referral link in the chat and show descriptions. Last but not least, this Monday we're back with another episode of Aether Shanties, our Sagas campaign. The team's in a big battle with a bunch of zombie cultists and death worshippers. And, things are not looking great for our heroes. So you should probably come and cheer them on. Now, that's going to be this Monday at 7 p.m. Central. And I think that's about it for the announcements. I'm sure you're tired of hearing me talk. You can keep up to date on our schedule and everything we do here on the network by following us on Facebook as Random Rhapsody TV, on Twitter is @random_Rhapsody, on Blue Sky is @Random Rhapsody, and on TikTok is Random Rhapsody_TV. Now we're done. So join us as we return to Laropa City and continue on with the Magi-Knights as they investigate the Dreams of Infinity. And we're back. So if you watch this show, you should know how we do the recaps. We offer up the Random Rhapsody coin, which is good for one free reroll during the session. And yeah, if I do the recap, I get that coin as well, which is a terrifying prospect in this sort of campaign. So, who wants to do the recap this week? Because I'm sure as hell happy to.
I'll do it.
Okay, then. Well, Salem, tell us what happened last time on Dreams of Infinity.
Last time, the gang and I found ourselves in the middle of a really tough battle at the Laropa High versus Coltras soccer match. The group and I had managed to hit hard and fast, taking out multiple hordes and the head cultist, but not before he summoned this huge abomination. This thing was massive and gross, horrified most of the group, and seemed to really thrive on the power of, envy. As we continued our battle, the big bad managed to cause multiple people, both cultists and Magi-Knights alike, to become berserk. Unfortunately, Arya was also affected by this aura. My perfect little angel couldn't tell friend from foe and inadvertently took Cat out temporarily. Again, I'm so sorry, Cat. I'll make it up to you later. But my group held strong, and we all kept going, attack after attack, until finally the beast was on its last leg. But before we could land that final blow, this mysterious gunman came down and just took out the monster. Things got really crazy after that. The weird ethereal building that was above us began to just shatter. And the mysterious man I don't know what he did. He absorbed a lot of this energy that the monster had stored, and everything in reality just kind of shifted and changed. With a devious laugh, the lone gunman stood before the group, now with what appeared to be a tiny little companion like our wanderer, and he took shot at the wanderer. Our group did everything we could, but the little guy still took a shot right to the chest, which in turn actually hurt all of us, so I guess our fates really are tied to this cat. But we all stood firm. Cat, Aisha, Damian, and I stood in front of our magical benefactor, while Melody pursued him. And with no more outsider activity, the energy released, and everyone in the stadium began to move again. They acted like nothing had happened. With the exception of Damian, we all just kind of booked it out of there because we didn't want to get caught in the middle of the field. That was a tough battle, but you know what? We did it. We survived, and I think it's time for a celebration. We can worry about cultist monsters and crazed Magi-Knights later. It is time for my first slumber party, so I'm going to stop worrying about the past and start worrying about if I have enough food and drinks for everyone. Oh.
Love it. There you go. There's the random Rhapsody coin. Don't forget to use it, though. It's only going to last this session. Well, Magi-Knights. It is still technically Saturday, September the 7th, 1996. And as Salem said, most of you are hightailing it out of the Loropa High soccer field as quickly as you can. Aisha, you are holding the Wanderer underneath your coat, and you can feel the cat shivering as you hold it tightly against you to keep them safe. Salem, Cat, and Melody, the three of you are following Aisha. And you're heading out into the crowded, a parking lot crowded with cars, while Damian remains behind. So, with the Coltrast Academy team to keep up appearances that nothing out of the ordinary has happened. But there are a few things that are going to happen here very soon. So let's get into that real quick. Damian. You were gathering up the Coltrast team to shake hands with your rivals, and as the team was kind of grouping up with you, you see that Coach Appleman is kind of hustling up to you as well. Behind him is the assistant coaches, and the three of them come up really quick, but as they approach, you can tell that, the coach seems kind of out of breath and a little bit confused. His eyes are a little wild, and he's kind of taking in the team. Once he gets to your group, Coach Appleman stops and kind of looks past you all towards the other team. And then he says, "Something's wrong with the Loropa High side. Look." He points over all of your shoulders, and the entire team kind of turns to look at where the coach is pointing. You can see that the Loropa High team, and also a large amount of parents and students from the stands, are all piling out onto the field towards the spot where the Loropa High's coach had fallen out of the sky during the fight. They're all kind of grouping around him, and with your passive perception, you can hear someone yelling, "Someone call an ambulance! I think Coach Leonard had a heart attack!" Coach Appleman's eyes go wide when he hears this. And he looks back at you, Damian, and the other players as well, and he kind of snaps his fingers and points towards all of you. I want you all to stay back. Gather up our stuff and take it back to the school bus. Then go find your parents. I'm gonna go see what's happening. He nods to the other two coaches, one of whom stays with the group, while the other follows him over to the Laruba High side. So, with that in mind, Damian, what are you gonna do?
I'll probably pack up my stuff and duck out to check in with my parents about, plans for the evening, say good game to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I might check in with the coach to see if he needs any assistance. But if he doesn't, then that's my plan.
Okay, so you're going to be following the instructions, checking in with your parents, and then seeing what's up from there. Okay, so this is going to take a little bit of your time, but that is what you're going to start doing. You and the soccer club all start heading over to your bench where everything was gathered up, and you're currently gathering things up. So while that's going on, let's go ahead and turn to the rest of the team. Aisha, Kat, Salem, and Melody. Let's say that in about this time, the four of you have hustled across the parking lot of the school and have kind of all gathered up together just a short distance away from the school building itself. Still within range of the parking lot, but a little bit past. That way you're not seen by anybody. That sort of thing. So you've all gathered up together now. What's going on with you?
Gonna kind of position behind a bush or something and slowly lay the wanderer down and kind of try and inspect them. See if what we can do to patch a wound.
Well, I'm going to remind you, you bring the cat out, you lay him down behind the bush, and there's one of those parking lot street lights overhead, a short distance away, so you do have a little bit of visibility. You can see that there is a blast and scorch mark across the front of the Wanderer's chest. The fur is kind of melted back, and he does have a bit of a singe mark right here, but it's kind of difficult to see a whole lot of details because it's, melted black fur on top of a scorch. And apart from that, the Wanderer looks fairly frail and weak. He tries to push himself up a little bit, but his paws are kind of shaking, and his wings kind of are spread and pancaked down on the ground around him.
Can we do something to help you?
Don't push yourself too far. Stay laying. We'll figure something out.
I'll be okay. Ow. Oh. That was true damage. Something
True damage?
Not something I can't block out completely. It takes a lot to damage my physical form, and especially because my physical form isn't technically on this plane of existence. The only thing that can really do that is called true damage. It's something that exists beyond the elements. And I'll heal from this. I will. I lost my internet connection. Lovely. Hey, I just lost internet connection.
Yeah, that's because the electric pedal was scrawled back out there. It flipped the breaker. I honestly I didn't realize I'm sorry.
I know. I'm not blaming you. You don't have to panic. Just fucking fix it.
We are. I'm sorry. It's just because I looked over and noticed the tea kettle was off. I'm like, it turned off. What? And then I looked at the stove. There's nothing on. I'm like, oh. I didn't realize that was connected. It'll be back on in a second.
Hopefully.
I'm sorry.
It's all good.
Steven.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
I'm
I'm
supposed to
back.
be on my mom's
back.
kid.
Yeah,
Welcome
back.
welcome back.
Well, my
Son of a
coworkers who are in their
bitch.
50s and 60s consider anyone in their 30s and lower kids.
I just consider kid to mean you were someone's progeny, and then children is specifically a comment of age.
Yeah.
I like that use of the word progeny.
And we're back. Sorry about that, folks. Tech issues. Anyway, let's pick up where we left off. You were looking at the Wanderer. You had just examined their wound, and the Wanderer was explaining to you that while he is actually hurt right now, he will heal in time, provided something else, doesn't blast him in the meantime. My healing is very similar to yours, though. Honestly, I've never been hurt like this before, so. But I'm still sure that I'll eventually get back to where I'm supposed to be.
Can you still do your teleport to a different location thing? Right now?
Like, For me, or
Go on.
That was Aisha to the Wanderer.
no? I mean, are you asking the Wanderer if the Wanderer can teleport everybody, or just himself?
Just the Wanderer.
Just the Wanderer.
Go
Gotcha.
to a safe location.
He kind of straightens the wings back a little bit and flexes them. I should be able to. I'm worried about you all.
We'll be okay right now. We're incognito. Go. Take refuge in Salem's apartment, and we'll be there soon.
The Wanderer nods. Oh, okay. I'll see you all soon. He flexes his wings and kind of folds a little bit, and then disappears.
Okay, I guess a bell would not help in alerting when he appears.
He just poofs out of nowhere.
He just loves to get in the camera.
Typical cat. Well, the Wanderer has disappeared, leaving the four of you by yourselves, crouching down, or at least with Aisha crouching behind the bush. What are you all doing?
Well,
Should we go check on things? See what everybody else is doing, or
We should
No.
try and go gather gloom gems before we head out.
do we need the Wanderer for that?
Yeah, I think we should come back. Like when it's not so chaotic and busy right now.
You say over
You
your
hear-
communicator.
oh, hello?
Yeah, what do y'all do? I'm not thinking gloom gems. I'm thinking about packing up and getting GTFO.
I'm just concerned about the long-term implications, but I guess we can come back later. I'm sure that
I'm
negative
just
energy
I'm-
will be fine there for a while.
Well, I believe the Wanderer actually told us after the fight that would be fine to come back later in the evening.
Oh,
after everybody
right.
cleared
You
out.
were correct.
He did.
He said we'll come back.
The cosmic force behind me had forgotten that sentence. Thank you,
It's
Salem.
okay. Of course, it's been a crazy day.
Mm,
Well,
I'm just worried that gunman might go mess with it.
that's fine. If we need to, actually, I was thinking about going ahead and just heading back to my place. I'll chill with the Wanderer. I'll get things set up. You guys can wrap things up over here, and if there's anything, well, good luck. I can't get back here very quickly.
No, it'll be fine. We'll meet up soon. We'll get some final things. We'll go to the slumber party. We're all still down for that?
Yes, slumber party.
How about
Yes,
you, Damian?
I mean,
That
if
was
that's coming
talking
over
to
the
the communicator.
communicator. I'm making sure nobody's around me. I think Damian, in like packing everything up, would try to sneak away after checking in with his parents, and then, check in and say, "Hey, everyone! Like, I'm heading straight to John's because I thought that was the plan."
Salem.
Sorry, Salem. Salem.
I say over the communicator, I request that you take a shower first. Because you're just
Can
playing
I
a
shower at Salem's? Is
hard
that-
soccer game.
like,
That's fine. Just meet me there. Or
think-
wait, you drove here. Oh wait, no, you took the bus. I don't know how things work here. How did you get here?
Now I'm
I probably
sweating.
rode. I probably
Now I'm
rode with my parents.
Do Magi-Knights sweat? We all
Oh,
be
yeah.
sweaty?
Oh yeah, definitely sweats.
Ugh.
How far
No.
is- Where's
Don't like
Salem?
that.
My cat is messing with my camera, sorry. Stop
Uh,
biting the cord! Don't bite the cord!
I'll just point out that you are all teenagers and therefore definitely sweat a lot.
I don't know. Maybe the
think-
Magi-Knight persona prevents us from sweating.
And this is why I went to.
I was referring to the soccer game. So
It's only 3 miles. I think Damian would just walk and take some alone time to process everything that had happened.
Wrong place. Your tokens are where you are.
Oh, we're at La Ropa.
Yeah, we're at La Ropa. It's Fruit and Salem's is over.
I mean, you have to do your post-team shower thing, sports team thing. Shower in the away team.
I think because of all the chaos, like the rest of the team is hopping on the bus. I'm heading home with my parents, and I'll probably just borrow the car and come over after a quick shower at my parents' house then.
That's fair.
So however much time that eats up.
What if we... Melody, would it be alright if the three of us took a quick shower at your home and then stopped at a store on the way over to Salem's?
I was actually going to say that I need to make a stop before I can go to the sleepover, so I'm not going to be going home.
Okay.
Because I know you're all going to have a bunch of questions for me, so I need to find a couple more answers before I go, just to make sure I can answer everything.
Glad that you're thinking about that. Kat, let's go to my house and then we'll go to Salem's. Wherever Salem live. Where does Salem live on this map?
Way
I
over
live by
the water
Ambrosia
near the school.
Cafe.
Near Coltrane, on the other side of the water. Aisha's house is even further away.
Actually,
where's your house, Kat?
Way at the top of the map.
Yeah, none of you really live close to La Ropa High.
Or Coltras, or...
Some of you live close to Coltrast, but...
Yeah, I live pretty close.
Yeah.
Kat usually takes a bike to school, so... Well, do we hop on public transit?
Yeah!
Okay. Yeah, the three of you can catch buses, but if two of you are going to Aisha's house first, you're going to be taking a different bus than Salem. So, by the time, Damian, you've heard all of this, you're kind of like, you've helped pack up the school bus, and you were saying you're going to go find your parents, and you kind of found yourself a quiet corner to talk on the communicator. So you can go track down your parents. They're looking for you as well. They're kind of waiting for you by the edge of the soccer field. That way they can spot you, and because they're wanting to kind of get you home as quickly as possible too. Your dad tells you that someone called an ambulance. It's on its way. The coach looks like he's in bad shape, but they're looking after him. Hopefully they'll find out more tomorrow. But he didn't really want you to see all that. So once you got away from the field, he made sure to stop you and catch you before you went back. Your drive home is probably talking a lot about the game, about the back and forth. They make no mention whatsoever of a gap in time. Though your dad does look at his watch and say, "Wow, that game took a lot longer than I was expecting it to." But other than that, it's really just a lot of conversation about the game and about that sort of thing, about what a great job you did, unless you have anything you want to interject with about them.
I don't think so. I think I would just tell them that I'm going to crash at Salem's and I'm going to borrow the car, in the evening, and I'll be back in the morning sometime.
Okay, yeah. You had a great game. They're elated for you. They understand you wanting to go celebrate with your friends. Your parents just kind of tell you, have fun, Dame. Just don't do anything too stupid. But other than that, have a good time.
You got it.
Salem, you have to catch one bus to head back to your apartment. Aisha, Katrina, the two of you have to catch a different one going north. So while the three of you make your way over to the bus stop, Melody, what's up with you?
So I want to take out the little coin thing that James gave me once I'm on my way. And I'll say, James, meet me at Ray's bookstore. I need to talk to you. It's really important. And that's all I'll say.
Okay. You do get a response a few minutes later. Ray's is closed. Meet me on the roof of Coltrast.
Okay. Alright, I can do that.
Okay. How are you planning on getting there?
Is it really dark outside? Because I am Imagine-It, I guess. Normally I rollerblade around, so. But if it's really far, then I guess I'll take a bus. Let's see.
Yeah, it would be pretty far to. I mean, you can rollerblade it. It would just take a long time.
Yeah, I'll probably take a bus then.
That's fair. You missed the one that Salem took, so you have to wait around another 10 minutes to get on the next. But eventually, it does get you within reach of Coltrast Academy. Once you arrive, it's not surprising to you that pretty much all the lights are off in the building. The parking lot is likewise dark. As you're approaching the school, you can't help but think to yourself, wonder a little bit how you're going to get in there. But as you're getting close from the roof, you see a single shaft of light turn on. Almost like someone had turned on a flashlight and pointed it directly up. And then click off, on, off again.
It's pointing directly up?
Yeah, as though trying. Yeah, it's pointing up as though trying to show you that somebody's there.
Oh, okay. I'll walk over to that where I see it coming from then.
What does surprise you is like as you're getting close to the school, you're like you assume it's going to be locked, but you go to check anyway, and you're surprised to find that the front door to the school is unlocked.
Okay. Alright, I guess I'll...
Yeah?
Oh, go ahead. I was just saying I'll go inside cautiously just to make sure there's not, like, a security guard or something waiting right on the inside.
Yeah, it's the 90s. There isn't. You're moving cautiously, creeping along. It is dark, but there are emergency lights that stay illuminated no matter what. So you can see. It just gives the school a very, very creepy vibe. It's gloomy. There's lots of shadows, and based on everything that happened this evening, it shouldn't surprise you that your heart's like thundering in your chest.
Mm-hmm.
But you do make it up the several flights of stairs that you've gone up with James a few times now. And sure enough, the roof access door is propped open with a brick.
I do have a key, though, so I could have unlocked it.
That's true, you do.
He gave me a copy. Alright. I will go up there.
You step foot onto the roof, and you kind of look about a little bit. Give me a perception check.
Okay. 16.
You step out into the middle of the roof and kind of look around, and you do spot James stepping out of the shadows towards you on the opposite side of the roof. This is the first time you've seen James Ronan smile, a real, genuine smile. He turns on a light. He has a flashlight, but then he pulls it up, and it's one of those ones that kind of extend outward and become more of a lamp. And he sets that on the ground near him to give a little bit of light for the both of you to actually see each other. And like I said, James has a big grin on his face. But then that big grin kind of takes you in as well, and his eyes narrow a little bit.
Because I'm not smiling.
Are you?
I don't think I look upset, but I wouldn't be smiling. I would be, like, scrutinizing, I guess.
Okay.
I wanted to ask how he looks, like, aside from smiling, obviously.
Absolutely.
Does he look more healthy than before or stronger? Like, because I know he had kind of health issues because of having to depend on outsider energy, so does he look different now?
Okay. Let's go ahead and ride along on that 16-year-old previously. Looking at his face in the light, like, there are shadows, so you can't quite tell fully whether or not his eyes have those dark shadows, because there's just shadows right now. However, he's wearing a hoodie. It's unzipped, and underneath it's simply a white t-shirt. And he's wearing a pair of jeans as well. Normal black shoes. The hood is down over his shoulders, and you can see the skin of his neck. You can see his cheekbones. They're not nearly as sunken in as they had been previously. His hands, his arms, like he kind of holds up his hands a little bit in something of a small shrug. And as he's doing this, you can see that, like, his arms definitely look a little more toned, a little more defined.
Okay, so when I recognize all of that, I think I would crack a smile, but I quickly am like, wait, no, I'm supposed to be upset, so I try to make it go away.
Give me a concentration check. Or, what's the word? Not concentration check, wrong game. A constitution check.
Constitution, okay. Was that finding that on the sheet too? There we go. I got a 1.
Oh.
I rolled a 1.
Apparently you can't hide that smile as well as you thought you wanted to, and the grin on James's face turns into a little bit of a smirk. He says, before you can say anything, "I couldn't decide whether or not I should hug you, but based on that reaction, maybe I should have given it a try."
Okay, I'll go up to give him a hug, but it'll be a kind of awkward hug since I have very mixed emotions right now.
Make for me an athletics check real quick.
Okay. Oh, 23.
Nice. 23. Let me try his here. Yeah, you beat him. He hugs you, but he like goes to almost pick you up, like, at your waist for a second. And you can, with that 23, you could easily resist him, like, picking you up and twirling you around if you want to.
Pick him up instead.
I actually don't think Melody could. She has an 8 strength, so. Would
try.
she let him? I'm gonna roll to see if she would let him. I don't know.
Fair enough.
So I'll do 50-50. If it's 10 or under, then no. Oh, okay. She didn't let him. She resists.
So she does resist or does not resist?
She does resist.
Okay, she does resist. He begins to pick you up but like you just wiggle and push him away a little bit. He kind of chuckles at that. Okay. So then why are we here?
We need to talk first. And I have to admit, I'm happy to see you this way, looking so healthy and happy, because you've never looked this way, but I just wish it had come about in better circumstances.
He kind of shrugs at that. I really don't know what you mean. Everything worked out well. I guess about 90% of what I wanted to happen happened, so all in all, it's been a good day, Melody.
Yeah. Well, before I get to the big questions, can you tell me exactly how you accomplished what you did today? How you managed to fix your soul crystal?
Make for me a persuasion check. What level friend are you with James Ronan right now?
I have the 2nd level, almost the 3rd level bond.
Nice.
What is it called? Yeah, I think it's called friendly. Yeah, friendly bond. And I almost have a caring bond.
Nice. Okay, so go ahead and make that persuasion check.
$18.
I'm going to remind you something, that you currently have a dice with James because you have such a friendly bond. Isn't it like a D6 now?
Yes, it is actually.
Yeah, so don't forget you got that.
Okay.
I'm not telling you to roll it. I'm just reminding you of the fact that you.
I'm trying to decide if do I need a 20.
I don't know.
I mean,
do you?
You also you haven't used your other one either this day, so I see why not just throw it on there to be safe.
That's true. Okay, I'll do it.
I just wanted to remind you that you had it, but go for it.
21 persuasion.
Nice. James says it's really, really complicated. I don't really have a whole lot of. I don't think we have enough time tonight for me to really get into the finer details of it, but essentially what I did was I harnessed the energy that the outsiders were using to create that spectral bridge. I knew they were building something, but what they were building, whew. If I hadn't gotten that shot when I did, every single person in that stadium would have been transported to elsewhere.
Oh my goodness.
That was huge. But it worked. I was able to crack it. I was able to harness that energy. And I used that energy, that massive amount of energy, to fuse another soul crystal to my own. Filled in the gaps that were missing, so to speak. He pulls it out and kind of tosses it a little bit in his hand, and it looks about the size of a marble. some parts of it are like dark green, like that really dark, almost neon-y color green. The other part is there's just crystalline purple flecks all throughout in various different locations. Really, really dark purple.
Say 2 questions. One, would that have included the Magi-Knights being transported to elsewhere? If the whole stadium would have gone?
Well, the people themselves would have gone. I'm not I don't think the stadium itself would have. Would the Magi-Knights? It's possible. I feel like you have to have a connection to the thing to allow it to transport. Like, I don't know how much you were watching the people in the stands, but as the energy was being magnified, all of their emotions were being poured out into the energy as well. That's what froze them all in place. That they got caught up in everything that was happening, and so that's what would have drawn them through. At least that's how I've been able to figure it. So, yeah. But your group, I don't know how you all were really doing. I just kind of had to wait for the right moment. Could some of you have been sucked up into it? Depends on if you were caught up in the madness of the event. So, like I said, possibly.
Okay. Then my other question is, what soul crystal did you use to fix yours?
That's going to be another persuasion check.
Okay. 25! Ooh.
His response is, well, how many Magi-Knights do you know that died?
David's?
He kind of shrugs. He should be happy, you know. All he ever really wanted to do was get in close. He's as close as it can be now.
Well, I was going to say, I feel like he would have, since you two are friends, I feel like he would have approved of you using it to help you. But I also didn't know him that well, so I could be wrong.
He didn't seem to care, at least.
You talked to him?
He, hesitates again. It's kinda complicated. How far have you actually read in Sirius Lee's journal?
Can you remind me again how much you said I had left? Because I wrote down that I have 4 tallies. And I can't remember what you said.
Yeah, there's 5 in total.
1 more?
So, yep.
Okay. So I'm like 85% done or something? Or 20, yeah, 80% done?
There is this theory in the book. It talks about how, and he kind of hesitates again because he's like really trying to search for the right words for you. There's this theory that there is nothing after one dies. And that spirits are kind of nothing more than just the physical manifestation of the residual energy that resides within everybody. Like, you know how your body is powered by about enough electricity that could charge a 60-watt bulb? Well, everything's energy in the universe. They talk about it in biology class. I don't know if you pay a whole lot of attention to that, but basically everyone is made up of energy. We're all powered by energy, and when the physical corporeal form fades away, that energy is just disseminated elsewhere. Energy can't be created, it can only be transferred from one place to another. And David and I always had this theory that the things that we see are just kind of echoes of the past, manifestations of that leftover energy, like a shadow. And David, in his own way, kind of confirmed that for me. He called himself an echo of a person, a shadow of somebody who once was. And now, if that's true, how would an echo know that? Is it nothing more than my own projection? He shrugs again. It's taking science and magic into the realm of philosophy, and I'm not really good at that subject. There's actually a couple, or actually, no, that is the only subject that I have a B in, and that's really irritating.
Oh, you're a good student. I didn't know that. You seem like a rebel.
It's subjective. It's not like classes are hard here.
That's how I feel too. Most of the time. Sometimes Magi-Knight business gets in the way of me getting good grades. Right, so now the big question. Why are you trying to kill the Wanderer?
Another persuasion check.
Oh dear, okay. Ooh, 18. I think I will use my last D4 just to see. Yes! 20!
Okay. James kind of rubs his eyes a little bit. He pushes his glasses up over his forehead and just kind of does one of these for a moment. That's really why you called me out here?
I mean, it's not the only reason.
He does a deep sigh. It has been my theory for a long time that the Wanderer is the reason the outsiders attack Loropa City. I wanted to put that theory to the test.
So you thought you could stop all the attacks and disappearances and basically everything bad happening in the town by stopping him.
Yeah. If I take out the Wanderer, all of this bullshit goes away. No more outsiders, no more things coming in and stealing people to other dimensions or wherever the hell they're being taken. The world would finally be at peace. No more of this. And that fucking cat is the source.
Did you know that attacking him would hurt us, me and the other Magi-Knights?
Honestly, I knew there was a possibility that if that connection was severed, we would all drop dead. Including me.
It would hurt you too.
Including me, and including the ones who were in a coma. But sometimes you gotta look at the bigger picture, Melody. 6, 7, 8 lives compared to the lives of the millions in the state alone, let alone the rest of the world. What are we at? Like 3-4 billion at this point? It's kind of a drop in the bucket.
That's if it worked, though, because if it didn't, that would mean you'd take out every single Magi-Knight and the Herald and leave everyone to fend for themselves.
But that's only if I'm wrong. And I'm not wrong that often.
I mean, you do have kind of an annoying knack for that, for being right, but that's a big chance to take when there's nothing you can do to fix it after if you'd be gone too.
It's no different than every time we take a chance and fight a monster. We fail, it comes through and kidnaps even more people or kills a lot of them. Everything is an educated risk. Everything is a roll of the dice. Y'all are playing just as much of a game as I am. And while the experiment wasn't a success, we did learn something.
What'd you learn?
That you're all connected to that stupid fucking cat a lot more than I thought you were.
Does that mean you're not going to attack him again?
Make another persuasion check.
Oh no, I've used all my stuff! I didn't expect there to be another! No! Oh, 19!
What is with these rolls, though? My God.
The dice are telling the story.
Share.
The dice are telling the story. Tell a good story and the dice will bless you.
James, damn it, I blanked on what I was about to say. Oh no. What was the question again?
Are you not going to attack him again then?
Yes, thank you. He gives you a smile and he says, "At least until I know that what I'm doing isn't going to hurt you."
Okay, now she's gonna go in for the hug.
He lets
say
you.
Thank you. I'll say thank you. And
Thank you for not killing me. Oh my god, this is so fucked.
Shush you.
I'm
James
sorry.
does whisper as he's he's hugging you. He says, "I'm not giving up, Melody. I'm going to stop the outsiders from coming here at all. I just have to figure out how to do that safely."
well, can you let me in on your studies for that this time instead of telling me everything but one thing? One huge thing you kept from me?
I told you more than I told anyone else.
I am happy about that you trusted me with all of that, but just felt...
Have
I
you
don't
ever
know, I
heard...
just didn't understand.
Sorry, what?
Oh, I was just saying I just didn't understand why you would trust me with so much, but not everything.
The cat has a saying, and as much as I hate to admit it, he's got a point. Knowledge gained independently through research and experimentation is far more valuable than knowledge simply given. Think I'm just gonna explain everything to someone I barely know? Don't know where their allegiance is? Could potentially be a threat? You were green when we met, Melanie. And you still don't have even a fraction of the answers. Hell, you haven't even finished Lee's book yet. So if I don't give you something, it's not a personal thing. It's... Not everybody's prepared to deal with all of the answers. People think they are, but that's just arrogance. Most people are far too arrogant to accept how dumb they actually are. And so, he shrugs again. I told you what I could, based on what knowledge I had about you. And it worked out, didn't it? I'm whole. I don't have to keep leeching off of energy to stay breathing. I don't have to keep casting spells to keep that cat from seeing me, knowing that I exist. Because I guarantee if he would have realized I was still around, he would have been coming for me. He kind of kneels down a little bit because you're shorter than he is, and he puts his face like really close to yours and looks you directly in the eye. Who do you think shattered my crystal in the first place?
Was it the Wanderer?
No one else has that ability.
Why did he?
Because I questioned him. Because I wanted to know things he didn't want me to. Because I told him I didn't want to be a Magi-Knight. So, does that stupid thing he always does, shrugs his shoulders and says, "Are you sure, James? Is that really what you want to do?"
Does he actually sound that much like him when he imitates him?
Yeah, he does.
That's a good imitation.
James kind of chuckles a little bit. You decide you don't want to be a Magi-Knight anymore. Says okay. And you've got to deal with the fact that your soul is tied to him.
Well, I can see why you'd feel animosity toward him then.
He knew I was onto him. He knew that I knew that the outsiders are here because of him.
We don't know that part yet.
Based on the way he acted, it's pretty clear to me.
I don't yet feel that way, so I prefer we try to find another solution to stopping them before we decide taking out the Wanderer is the only way.
Like I said, I'll hold off for now. I have research I need to do. Figure out how to destroy him without destroying your crystals. Which means you're probably not going to see me for a little bit.
Where are you going to go?
Research takes time. And I feel like I don't have a whole lot of it. So I'm not going to come to school for a little bit.
Okay. Well, is there some way that I can contact you?
He reaches into his pocket and pulls out another one of those paper mache coins.
Thank you.
You can also just call my house.
Oh, well, I would need your number for that.
He takes your hand in his, pulls out a Sharpie out of his pocket, slides up your arm sleeve, and writes it on your arm.
Oh, good. It's where it can be hidden under my sleeve. Thank you. One more thing I need to ask. So obviously the other Magi-Knights have a bunch of questions for me, and when I leave here, I'm probably going to be bombarded with them. So, are you okay with me telling them everything you've told me up until this point?
Oh, God, no. I don't want any of them messing in my business. Are you crazy?
I don't mean what you've told me now. I mean everything that's happened up until this conversation. I just want to know why things happened the way they did on the soccer field, and why I've been seeming to keep secrets.
I mean, do they feel entitled to your secrets, Melody? Are you obligated to give them?
I'm not obligated, but it would help build trust.
Make another persuasion check.
Okay. Ooh, 15.
His face kind of darkens a little bit, but what his response is, do what you gotta do to keep them off your back. But also warn them that if any of them step into my business, I'm not going to hold back anymore.
Okay. You don't think it might be possible that we could help you at all?
Eventually you're going to realize, Melody, that even people who say they're your friends, everyone has an agenda. Just because yours aligns right now doesn't mean that always will. And when people hear too much about somebody else doing something, they either think they deserve to be a part of it or think they have the right to try and stop it. We're at the point now that what I'm doing doesn't need to be distracted. So I'm going to make sure I'm not distracted.
Okay. Back to what you were saying before about why you didn't tell me about all of your plans. Even though it was hard to see that you hadn't told me everything, I am glad you were able to accomplish the rest of your goals so that you aren't living life anymore.
Thank you. I'm glad too. And I'm also glad that my shot didn't succeed, seeing as how it was tied to you.
Thank you. And I think your reasons for wanting to stop the Wanderer are good ones. I just hope we can find another way.
That's what I'm going to try and find out. He kind of stretches a little bit.
Well, I guess I'll let you continue on with your evening. And
He kind of smiles a little bit and he says, I'm not starting my research tonight. If you want to chill.
okay, I am going to that sleepover, but I can for a little while.
He just kind of smiles a little bit as the camera fades upwards towards the night sky. And that's where we're going to pause to take a break. So we're going to be back in about 10 minutes, folks. And when we return, we got a slumber party to get to. It should be a lot of fun. Stay tuned. Howdy, everybody. We are back. And when we last left off, our heroes had all separated to go their separate ways. Salem, you are the first to arrive at your apartment, but I feel like Damian would probably be the second, since, they just had to hurry over to their house, take a quick shower, and then take the car over to your place. Aisha and Kat were going to Aisha's place to shower and change, and is a much further drive than you. So that's kind of how I'm calculating that one. So what do you do, Salem, to set up your apartment for this event?
Okay, so first I fold out the futon, get it kind of all like bed-y, lay out blankets, pillows, all that stuff. I have a TV with a VCR, already rented some movies from Blockbuster.
Nice.
I've got the tea kettle going because of course I do. And actually this time Salem has pulled out teacups for every single person. Like, I go Goodwill. He goes thrift shopping a lot, so he managed to find like cups for everybody that kind of reminds them of everyone. So hopefully when everybody arrives, I'll have stuff ready for him.
Absolutely. Now, while you're kind of busying yourself getting everything ready, you do find the Wanderer. He's curled up on your bed and is just doing that little cat purr snore thing.
Honestly, I'm probably I think Salem would just let him rest. This is a mythical being. Salem's gonna trust that if he says he can heal with time, he's gonna let that go. So he's gonna put a little blanket over him and just let them be.
Absolutely. A few minutes later, knock, knock, knock. Damian's at the door.
Come in. Hello, welcome.
Hey. I think Damian's wearing like a t-shirt and gray sweatpants. You know.
Mm-hmm. Gotta be the gray sweatpants.
Of course.
Gotta be gray sweatpants. And probably a tank top of some kind. And just ready to crash. He's got like a shoulder bag and a pillow, and yeah, and he walks in and goes, "Hey, thanks for the invite." And I'm excited to wind down after all the excitement today.
I feel that. How are you doing? How you feeling?
Yeah. I'm glad we tied. I'm glad that we finally got the LaRopa coach to we finally took care of him, so to speak. So I feel like that's a huge weight off of my shoulders. But I've got a ton of questions for the Wanderer. Is he around?
Yeah, he's just sleeping over there and points to the bed.
Having experienced the damage, I think Damian is very despite still being very skeptical of this whole thing, has softened towards the Wanderer, at least in this moment, and is going to let him sleep. I don't want to be a dick, so, and he was damaged, and I felt it, and I went down. So, yeah, I'm going to let him sleep, and I'm just going to kick it with Salem and just, keep hanging out.
Okay. Sounds good. Aisha and Kat, you arrive about 30 or so minutes later. You're both fresh and clean and feeling a little more calmed down, I assume, after the events of the day. What do you do?
On the bus ride there, Aisha wants to have a quick whisper conversation with Kat. And just gonna jump right into it and go, I know we haven't talked about how I was before I got sick, but I just wanted to say I'm sorry and I hope I'm making up for it.
It's been different.
Yeah. Trying to make amends, and there's a lot I still need to do for you, but we can talk more about that later. And then when we arrive, instead of knocking, because there's still a little bit of that diva inside of her, she's going to open the door and walk in.
In this town, people knock.
Well, I'm from
Not Peter.
Japan. or India, depending on which parent I like more today.
All right, fair enough.
Also, I think you have been muted, Matt.
Yeah, I have been muted, but that's okay.
And by India, I mean some vague Arab country. I forgot my own character's backstory. That's fine.
Incredible.
Love it. Yeah, the four of you kind of, the four of you are there now in Salem's apartment. You all have some pretty teacups and saucers in front of you. What are you all doing?
Oh, yeah.
Music?
Oh, it's already playing. It's just unfortunately classical music, but we can change that if you want.
Did the Wanderer come over?
Again, points to the lump on the bed.
Okay, so it's the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, 2 budget tallies could easily buy, like, 30 pizzas.
Jeez.
No, pizzas were still like $10. I feel like for a whole pie, delivery styles.
I can't remember.
I can't remember either. I just know, like, the order 30 pizzas trope in sitcoms.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's fair.
they were fairly cheaper back then. I don't remember much either, but you're 2 budget tallies should get you at least like a dozen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's not long after, because she's gonna have like pre-ordered it to arrive roughly after she arrives. She's gonna open the door when it rings and pay for all of these pizzas.
Fair enough.
Selection of different types.
Yeah. You got the cheese. You've got this really weird one from Canada called Hawaiian. You've got your classic pepperoni, your all meat. There's just a selection.
Oh yes, budget tallies.
Budget tallies. Technically, I suppose the next day would be when you get them, but add them on your sheet whenever.
How many are we?
Thanks.
6?
3. You're supposed to get
3.
3 per full episode. Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
Oh, tight.
Now, what did I put them under?
Probably
I guess-
EP.
EP, yeah, is what I put them under.
It's under B. I have BT written after the number, so that has to be it.
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go.
I also did that.
Oh,
Anybody know where Melody's at?
No, she said she had
Where?
something to do and left.
Where?
Communicator.
No. What?
What's up, Aisha?
I have an idea.
Uh-oh.
And I'm trusting her to call for help if she's in trouble, and I'm hoping she'll be here soon.
Oh, I wasn't worried about her being in trouble. I just want to get started.
I'm gonna grab the communicator and be like, "Hey, Melody, we're all here waiting for you. Where you at?"
Ignoring Aisha completely. Melody.
I did not talk to the manager.
Yeah, no, you just said that to everybody in the room, and then Damian grabs their communicator and immediately starts talking into it. So that's what just happens. Melody.
I didn't hear anybody say don't call her on the
I
communicator.
was not saying don't. I was just answering a question openly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know. Anyway,
I did not take it. I did not take it aggro.
I was just making a joke, but okay. Anyway, you get on your phone or your communicator, you ring up Melody. Melody, you are currently standing at the bus stop just outside of Coltrast.
Oh, so it's when I'm barely leaving?
Just after you left, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, long conversation,
Okay.
and then the two of you had some quiet time. So I'm, we're catching up.
Oh, wait. So, okay. So it's after that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that means our quiet time was pretty short.
Are you still with him?
I mean, you can tell me that you're still with him. I'm not going to argue with you.
Yeah, I think she would still be with him for now, but what was your question again, Damian?
Where you at? We're waiting for you.
Oh, okay. I'll say, start without me. I'll be there in 30 minutes.
Oh.
Okay, but we literally can't. So get here.
Can't start without me?
Yeah, we can. I just planned stuff, but it's fine.
I'll have to account for the travel time too, which is why I say 30 minutes.
Right. I don't know. It's 3 miles. Could I go pick her up faster than that?
You don't know where she's at.
That's fair.
I mean, I
probably
could,
offer.
I could
You
set
could-
a pickup place.
You could offer like, can I come pick you? Will that help?
Yeah, I'd say that. Okay, I can pick you up.
Okay, I say in 15 minutes. Or wait 15 minutes to come get me, then come to Coltrust.
Yeah, you got it. I leave immediately. Are you kidding me? Wait 15 minutes? No.
That's not going to get you.
That's the most
Melody there
Damian
earlier.
thing I've ever heard.
I mean, I knew that's exactly what's going to happen the
I
moment
know.
Melody said that. I feel like we all did.
I don't have to go alone, but I'm leaving immediately.
Anybody going with?
Can go.
Oh, okay.
I'll make sure everything's good.
Luckily, we have the advantage of being on the roof, so we'll see them coming from a distance.
Mhm.
I will go and keep you company. Salem has to stay here at Salem's party.
Cool. So Kat and I jump in the car and go
Okay.
pick up Melody.
You jump in the car and start heading up to Coltrust Academy. It's only 3 miles away, so it takes like, 5-6 minutes at most to get there and go around and into the parking lot. Melody, you and James absolutely would see the headlights, and he would whisper into your ear, "You see what I mean? Egos and agendas." You turn to look at him. As you say, yeah, you kind of turn to look at him, and he's no longer there.
Oh man. Say, Damian, you're in trouble. Okay, I'll head downstairs. And I shut all the doors and lock them.
Okay, yeah. You kick the brick out, you lock the door, you go down to the main doorway, and that key does work there as well.
Oh, nice.
And Damian, by the time you get the car to right in front of Coltrust Academy, Melody is there doing something with the door, then turning and running over to, the curb.
Where's Melody at the school?
One of many questions.
Okay, when I open the back door, I say, I said wait 15 minutes. That was like 5 minutes. In fact, that wasn't even waiting.
Melody, we've been waiting for you. I'm not going to wait an extra 15 just so you can get your rocks off. Like, what's going on? What are you doing here?
I told you I was getting answers.
At school? Answers to a test?
Yes, I'm cheating on a test. I say that sarcastically, so it's obvious I'm lying.
Forget it. We'll talk about it when we get there. I'm just going to drive straight to Salem's.
Fair enough. I imagine the car ride is a little awkward now, but you do get to Salem's in due course, and you're all able to meet up, finally, in Salem's apartment.
Now that we're here, hi, Melody, welcome. It's good to have you back to my place. And I'm gonna go ahead and hand her her teacup and just be like, I don't know if this is like a formal thing, but I kind of want to just start a little speech thing. One, I just want to say thank you all. It's great to actually have friends to come over and hang out. I don't know if this is the right thing to do, but I've always been told that a proper host should give gifts to the people attending. So I made these for everybody, and I'll hand everybody a little mixtape that I did make for them all. And then I'll also point to the cups. And I also went ahead and got each of you your own cup to keep here, because I think, it's people feel more welcome when they have their own object or something that's theirs at a place. And I don't really have anybody here, so you guys are always welcome here, and I want you to feel welcome here. Yeah.
Salem has no items in Salem's hands right now, correct?
After handing everything out and motioning to the mugs, no.
He's just gonna glomp them.
Oh god.
What is that?
It's like a tackle hug.
Yeah.
Cute.
I think, Salem, it's
You're muted,
clear you
Matt.
put a lot of thought into this.
So I'm imagining for Aisha, it's like one of those jump hugs where like her feet are literally up off the ground.
So it sounds like what, 6 something?
Is that an athletics check?
I mean, if you want to, you can do opposing athletics checks. Go for it.
Not trying to knock them over, so I'm not going to.
No, I think Salem would just like immediately playing stiff as a board, like, okay, this is fine.
Thank you for
Thank
everything.
you.
Adorable.
Thank you for everything, Salem.
Yeah, it's we all worked hard and have been working hard, and I wanted to do something fun for once. We have been go since all of this, and I don't think we've had a real chance to like actually hang out and be a group, and I mean, I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but like I think that's kind of something we're a little lacking, and so I want to do something, one, because I want to be friends with everybody, but I also think we need to communicate better so we can keep doing what we're doing. But yeah.
We've been
yeah.
Sorry.
No,
I was
please.
gonna say, we've been treating this as a sprint, but I think we have to accept the fact that this is a marathon and it's something we're going to be chipping at for a long time. And I'd like us to enjoy the time with each other while we have this shared destiny.
Absolutely. I agree.
Is the Wanderer sleeping through all this stuff? You're still muted.
Are you going over there to like check him?
Oh, I'm keeping an eye on him.
The pile of blankets has not moved.
And he's under the pile of blankets?
Yeah.
Or just on top?
No, Salem put the blanket over him, I thought you said.
Yeah. They are
Okay.
fully...
I missed that.
I do
I
that.
apologize.
Yep.
No, you're good. It's what I do to my
Under the
dog when they're
blanket.
asleep. I tuck them in.
I think Damian just gets real quiet, reflecting on everything that's happened.
There's pizza.
Yeah. I mean, I think we're also supposed to be doing games, or I got movies. I don't know. What are we supposed to be doing? I'm gonna look to Aisha because I think she's probably like the most popular and probably done this before.
I'm gonna be real. We don't want to do it the way parties went down before I got sick, but I feel like there's some stuff we need to get out in the air before we can really get into the fun. she's gonna look at Melody and go, so what did you learn?
So, well, I guess it's better to ask what all you all are wondering about. What do you need me to answer for you? Because you've all been saying you feel like I've been secretive and you haven't liked that I'm keeping secrets, so I need to know what all you want to know.
I don't want to interrupt because I don't know how everybody else is feeling, but I can get your perspective. I think you and I are very similar. I see how you observe, and I'm sure that whatever is going on, you have a reason. I don't want to pressure you to spill anything you're not comfortable with. Because you know what, I'm going to go ahead and just say, I trust you. I mean, I have questions like everybody else, but I think our group needs to be built on trust, and we all have secrets. So, if you don't want to share those, you don't have to.
Sorry, I was laughing at Kat shaking her head no when you said we all have secrets.
Speak for yourself, Salem. I don't have any secrets.
Oh no. The bad boy club bad kids club strikes again.
I have open secrets, secrets that were talked about in whisper nets but never said openly in public.
Yeah, I certainly haven't done tax evasion. No.
I think
tax evasion.
Damian.
Well, really quick, I want to.
Oh, go ahead.
I just wanted to reply to Salem and just say thank you. I appreciate you saying that. It means a lot to hear that because I've kind of felt like I've been really singled out through all of this. So.
I think Damian looks up and says, I don't know what you mean by singled out. We had a disagreement, and you fought pretty hard to keep me from exploring Loropa High. I want to know what your reasoning was outside of the power plant being a bigger issue, considering it's all big issue. Like I don't see how we can rank one potential outsider attack as a bigger issue than another.
Yeah, so I didn't actually say I didn't want you to go to Loropa High, but I wanted to focus on the power plant. But it is true, I was trying to keep us away from there. First, I want to make it clear that I never lied to any of you about anything. I've always tried to be truthful and know about things when I felt I needed to, or that it was important for the squadron to know. But for the most part, I mean, the only time I actually lied was when Damian was asking me where I was when I was a little bit late meeting up with you all after school. Because I said I was in the bathroom with stomach problems. But that's just because Damian was being nosy. I shouldn't have had to explain where I was, I feel like. So,
Sure.
But so I guess the best way to explain it is that James Ronan needed the energy from the outsiders were creating at the school to heal himself, basically, because he wasn't really alive anymore. And he didn't want everyone to know his plans. And as his friend, I wanted to keep his secret for him. So I didn't see anything wrong with what he was doing. He was just trying to survive. And all it would cost us is a little bit of gloom gems from the energy he would take. So there was really no downside to it. And the power plant was a huge issue. And we had already found the soccer team. And the Wanderer said that he was pretty certain that the portal led to elsewhere. So I just knew that it wasn't hurting us or anyone else by us going to the power plant. In fact, it was more important. And really, how could anything have gone better than it did? Like, we stopped the problems at the power plant. We were rested for the game the next day. We handled the combat really well. I don't really know how it could have gone any better.
And then the Wanderer got shot and we all got hurt.
Yes, I didn't know about that part of the plan. And
I saw a look on your face at the game. What was that? Was that James? Is that the person who shot the Wanderer? That was James?
Well, it's the same person who's been helping us in combat all along, as you probably deduced from seeing him a few times. It was him. But I was talking to him tonight to find out exactly why he did that, and I know he had good reasons for it. He thought that he could stop outsiders from attacking Loropa City. And now that he knows what happens... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, by hurting the person who gives us information, the creature that gives us information.
Not to defend James Ronan, but it's not like any of us have ever haven't distrusted the Wanderer.
Yes, that's...
Sure, but what evidence does he have that, like, killing the Wanderer is going to stop the outsiders? Was he making a gamble?
Is the Wanderer an outsider? Is he the king outsider?
I don't know everything concerning that, but I know that he knows a lot more than we do about all of this, because he's put a lot of time into it. And
if you think he's right, then let's kill the Wanderer right now.
But James is a big meanie.
But then we'll all die too, and I don't think he's right. I don't know if he's right or not. I just know he had good reasons for wanting to do it.
It sounds like his good reasons were a major bet. He was gambling with our lives.
Well, he didn't know that it would hurt us, and now he's... now that he knows that, he's not going to attack the Wanderer. So
we have a little bit of time.
Yeah, so I think we need to just leave him be and not think of him as the enemy.
Ultimately, we are all in our own way trying to find a way to stop the outsiders, and we may have come to different conclusions at this moment, but if we keep digging, we can find the real answer, and if Melody's right, we can get James on our side when the time comes.
I thought the gunman was on our side until the Wanderer got shot.
Even though he doesn't say it, I think he is on our side. So he just
don't like him.
Wants to do things his own way. So we need to stay out of his as much as we can. And if we want to help him, we can, but we need to do it in our own way and not try to interfere with what he's doing.
So yeah, just next time I say regroup, let's regroup.
Yes.
Well, I don't like how reckless his actions were and how ill-informed. But I'll I guess I'm grateful you came clean. I don't like feeling like I can't trust y'all. And I still have questions for the Wanderer, but I'm not. I know what the stakes are, and I'm not going to fly off the handle like I did before.
Good.
That's good. I appreciate that. And I do and always have had the team's interests at heart. I just know that sometimes we shouldn't have to tell each other everything, because we can have our own lives still. We can still be individuals, even though we're a team.
I just want to know that the next time it comes down to him or us, that you'll choose us. Saw your face. I know you recognized him, and you didn't do anything. You just let him shoot the Wanderer.
I didn't know he was going to shoot the Wanderer. I didn't know that was part of the plan.
And I think that should tell you how much you should trust him.
I don't think he didn't tell me it because of him being bad or evil. I think it's because he didn't think I would understand.
Until the Wanderer got shot, we didn't know what would happen if he was attacked.
It's true. We didn't realize how linked we actually were. So.
And if he used to be a Magi-Knight that didn't have a good relationship with our little furry friend, I imagine he knows even less than we did, really, about the nature of all of this. I agree that whatever decisions he's made up to this point have not always been the best, but we're all wandering blind. So I just want to try and move forward with as much grace as possible.
I still think he's a big meanie.
Well, yeah.
Fair. You.
Reckless.
The first
I
time
still don't
talked
know
to
what
him.
he looks like, so.
I hope he can
Damian
be
is
the
lucky
someday, Salem.
that Aisha does not know about Damian slashing the portal with their sword.
Oh, that's right, because you weren't there. I forgot.
Yeah, so me, the player, knows.
Yeah.
Does anybody else have any secrets they feel they want to share right now? I look
Damian
over
has
at
a secret
Kat.
crush on Salem.
What?
I said Damian has a secret crush on Salem. That's his secret.
Dude, I told you, I don't have any secrets.
Don't,
Beat red, immediate, just. Oh, okay. Cool.
don't mix alcohol and cocaine. Just don't do cocaine, kids.
That's how I
That's
have
true.
cancer.
I don't know. Science is not there yet. To make the joke I wanted to say, which is everything gives us cancer.
Too soon.
That's. Oh.
It is. It's too soon. It's
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I got you.
So is it time for fun stuff?
Oh.
I need y'all to help me, like, understand something.
Sure.
The reason we were all in that van that night, was it because we were picked, or was it completely random?
Maybe we have to ask the Wanderer.
I
I
mean,
can't
I'm
remember
willing.
if David told any of us that he picked us.
Nope, those were private conversations between him and the Wanderer and him and James. You have no knowledge of that whatsoever.
Far
Okay,
as we
then I
know,
think
the
it's time to
principal
wake up the
chose us.
Wanderer because I need that question answered.
I was gonna say I'm willing to
Principal
believe that
chose
the
us.
principal chose me because he wanted to flaunt the fact that his school had a celebrity.
Oh, you mean to be in the car?
Yeah.
But then
I
Actually,
wonder
Salem
if
no.
the
came
Wanderer
along
knows
later.
anything about that.
Yeah, that wasn't a conversation actually between the Wanderer. The only person who David told that to was James.
Right.
I mean, we can ask the Wanderer.
Mm.
But I thought the principal chose us.
Yeah, the principal did drive you.
Why don't we wait for the morning and let's have some fun. Never have I ever not out at night without my parents kind of knowing.
Wait, what was it? Snuck out at night?
Without my parents
Even
kind
as
of
a
knowing.
Magi-Knight?
Oh.
Even as a Magi-Knight?
I've never snuck out at night. I stayed out too late. Those are different things.
Wow.
I mean,
True.
does it count as sneaking out if your mom's not even at home to know?
Probably not.
No.
Hmm.
That was. I'm sorry.
What?
That was. I'm sorry.
Oh.
May
What?
I ask Salem how you got an apartment on your own?
Oh. Yeah. Well, it's a funny story. So my mom was a bit of a wild child in the 70s when she was in school. Got a little pregnant at 16. Ran off for a while. And then my grandparents realized they had an actual grandkid and kind of stepped in. So they are flipping the bill while I get a better education. And mom is off doing mom things.
Mom things.
They didn't want you to live with them. They just wanted to pay you.
Yeah, basically. They want nothing to do with me. It's more guilt, but it's fine.
Wow. Wow. Dark.
What? Fine.
Try this. It's ham and pineapple on a pizza.
That's
That
my
just
favorite.
sounds
That's my
wrong.
literal favorite. I'm gonna eat that. I'm gonna eat half of that pizza.
Aisha likes Hawaiian. Hannah hates it. Made in
Sounds like
Canada,
weird.
though. Made
Los
in
and
Canada.
Damian both love it.
Hmm. So are we all doing Never Have I Ever?
I mean, we can, sure.
Sure.
Either that or Truth or Dare.
We could do that. Also, I was just trying to immediately go to something fun, and I failed.
No,
No, I
you
thought
did
it was
good. You did good. I'm curious, Kat. No, this isn't Truth or Dare. I just want to know, what is the craziest thing you have ever done in your life? Because, like, I have never met somebody so squeaky clean, and I need to know. Have you ever cheated on a test? Stolen candy? Please say there's something, because I've never met
The only
somebody
things I could think of was breaking into a graveyard, breaking into a power plant, breaking in and breaking a light on on the lumber yards.
I mean,
so pure.
technically, she didn't know she did it until after the fact, but technically she did one of our shows Commando, but that was just because we were pranking her.
Oh,
Wow.
that's rough.
That's harsh.
I was not a good person before I got sick.
No comment.
I think as much as Damian wants to have fun, we can metagame that, but I think he's exhausted from the game and the battle and is having trouble keeping his eyes open. And unless we're going to try to talk to the Wanderer tonight, is already passing out.
Okay.
I think like now
check
that like everything is wearing off, like all the adrenaline is down, it's like crashing super hard.
Are we gonna check if the Wanderer is awake? Probably was listening to everything.
Probably.
Are you?
I think I'm gonna flop down on the bed and like in a way that's like if this doesn't wake him up, then I'll respect that. But I'm gonna say, hey Wanderer, are you awake?
If you say, hey Wanderer, are you awake after flopping down on the bed, you will see the cat's head kind of wiggle out from under the blankets and Damian, where did you all get here?
You know, we've been here for a couple hours, I want to say, right? It's been a couple hours? How long has it been? I don't know.
That sounds
Sure.
right.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. We've been here a couple hours. It's getting late. But I have some questions that are eating away at me that aren't going to let me sleep until I get them out.
Well, I'll do the best I can.
Were we picked? Or were we random?
Make a persuasion check.
I swear to God, Melody, if you took all the good rolls.
Yeah, I got a 1 to make up for it.
What is that? I think I already...
16?
16.
Okay. The Wanderer says that's kind of a weird question. Like, do you mean like in the metaphysical sense? Because the universe is kind of random. Some people think that there's a purpose behind everything, and
No, I want to know if somebody put our names on a list to go on that ride, knowing that we were great candidates to become Magi-Knights, or if you just happened to find a van of 5 kids driving with, that just happened to be driving with David. Did you kill us to become your soldiers? Or were we going to die anyway, whether we were in that van or not?
well, I certainly didn't make any a choice. That's not how I do things. When those of a certain age and temperament die, if there is a need for Magi-Knights, I sort of just know. It's difficult. It's to put into words. Like, do you ever wake up in the morning and you just reach into your closet and you grab a shirt and you realize that it's the exact shirt that you were wanting to wear? It just fits your mood, fits your vibe in such a way that it was like the perfect choice, but you did it without realizing it?
Yeah.
That's sort of like what the feeling is in the back of my head. I sense that I sense that someone is there with a potential, and in that life or in that moment where fate has decreed that you're going to die, I'm able to stop that. I'm able to put a pause on fate and allow someone to continue.
You just want to know that it was fate and not you or somebody working with you that decided that we would be the next on a sacrificial altar to fight some proxy war or to be soldiers in this war.
compatibility is not a conscious thing. And fate itself, well, some people can argue whether or not fate is a conscious thing or not. I personally think that fate is random. It's the outcome of a lot of different choices. But I did not single any of you out. It's not by my design that any of you were there in that moment when the car crashed. That's not how I work. That's not how I do things. I take what's there, what's available. If your group hadn't been in that car, and another group of people with similar temperaments, personalities, and connection to the magic within themselves happened to die or was about to die in that same moment, would I have chosen them over you? It's, I suppose, theoretically possible. It's what was there.
Okay.
If Lacey
That's
was
good
in the
enough for me.
van, Lacey would have been a Magi-Knight?
No, unfortunately not. Lacey's soul was in a small way corrupted by the entity she communed with. Now, while in the grand sense of things, is that going to harm her in any real way? No, unless someone else comes along and tries to harm her. But at the same time, she had a negative brush with the outsiders, which also makes it difficult for one to do the things you all have to do as Magi-Knights. I think Lacey's a wonderful person, don't get me wrong. And if there was a need and she was about to die, would I consider it? Certainly, just based on her personality, but I don't know whether or not that connection would be there. And to be honest, knowing as much as she does know about what you all do and what you all are, she could just as easily have decided not to. You all had a choice. You do remember that, don't you? You chose what.
Death and fighting? A war? That's not much of a choice.
It's still a choice. I mean, you think everybody has the best possible choices in their entire lives? That's extremely naive, Damian. Sometimes
but you can't say it's equitable to dangle life on a thread, like life attached to a string as a slave. Like, would
you have preferred that I didn't give you that choice? Would you have preferred that I didn't show up?
I don't know.
Richard's trying
it's
to figure
helpful
things
to
out.
know that you didn't pick us. I'll just say that.
As I've told you before, this is a war that's been going on long before any of you were born. It's my hope that you all are able to stop the outsiders coming through into your world once and for all, but I also have to accept the reality that some of you, if not all of you, may die. And if so, someone else has to take up the mantle. It's not I'm just sitting around waiting. The universe has a need. The need for the Magi-Knights to be here to stop these things as they're appearing. I exist to facilitate that. I don't make decisions about who's going to do it. I simply, when someone with the potential is in a situation where they're about to die, I can intervene. But that also has limits. Nature is all about limits. Not everything can do everything, and even I have my limits on what I can do. But one of the things that I can do is facilitate and bring out the potential of those who have the capacity to fight. That's my purpose. And so that's what
Aisha.
I do.
Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. Aisha, I feel like you were trying to say something.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, Ida Player was asking, can we hear this entire conversation?
Yeah, you're all in the same room.
Yeah.
Or
Oh,
because it's a studio. Yeah, it's a studio
Yeah,
apartment.
it's a studio.
Yeah.
oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was a one-bedroom. That was silly of me.
Sorry.
Unless Aisha's in the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
No, I just thought it was a one-bedroom. In my mind, it was a one-bedroom apartment. I don't know.
Ah. No, it's a studio.
I feel like she would have wanted to have kind of gone. Ultimately, I think I have my own perspective on it all, but if we accept that, and I do, that the Wanderer didn't ordain our deaths, I would take life just so I could actually make a difference before I die. I agree it's not a choice, but I feel like we see that very differently.
I mean, I don't know that we do. If you were to give me the same choice now, I would choose it again. My parents know that I'm alive. I wouldn't do that to them just so that I don't have to die a painful death. I'm not that selfish. I just want to know that... Look, I want to find out why. I want to find out why this war is happening, why these outsiders are here, and I want to put an end to it so that no other kid has to make the choice that we have to make. Had to make. Yeah, I've accepted the responsibility. I'm in this. I'm not giving up.
Well,
And I'll be damned if I let
keep
anybody else
living-
make the same choice.
If we keep living and stop all this, no other kid would have to make this choice. There'd be nobody to replace.
Why didn't you tell us that we would get damaged if you got damaged? Why didn't you tell us how connected we were?
I thought that was kind of obvious, to be honest. It was through our connection that I was able to pull your souls out and form them into the crystals. That magic is a bond between yourself and me.
That wasn't clear.
Nope. But I
Okay.
guess it
makes
was
sense.
obvious to the Wanderer.
It makes sense. I'll
Sure.
do that. But as a reminder, until like 2 weeks ago, 3-ish, we didn't know magic was real.
Yeah.
Well,
I didn't know if you were tapping into some source that we were connected to. I didn't,
it's
we have
no.
so many questions.
I know it's hard to not have all the answers, Damian. Trust me, I do. But the fact of the matter is, knowledge gained independently through research and experimentation is far more valuable than knowledge simply given. I could sit here and tell you many things that would make even you go pale and run away in fear, but not all the time. Not everybody needs every single answer to every single question at any moment. It's part of being a Magi-Knight and growing in that power is also growing in that understanding. If you gain everything without earning it, then it's not real to you. It's just another toy to be put aside.
I have a question. Do you know everything?
Nobody can know everything, Kat. Not even me. I exist in a different state than all of you. And so I have different knowledge than all of you. I sometimes, I'm sure, seem extremely knowledgeable because I've been around for a long time. And I've been able to see a lot of things in your culture and how you've grown as a species. But I'm not omniscient. I'm not omnipotent, as you all saw today. there is power in the universe that can destroy even me. And whoever that was with the gun, he was harnessing it, or they were harnessing it.
I can tell you who it was.
Who?
James Ronan.
No, that's impossible. James is dead.
That's what you said last time I told you he was alive, but he
What?
shot you.
What? You've never said anything to me about James Ronan before. How do you even know that name?
He goes to our school.
Stomp on Damian's foot and say, "Quiet."
Well, he did go to your
Ow.
school. The cat kind of looks back. Are you telling me James Ronan is still alive?
No,
No,
last
I've
time we
met him.
talked about this, you acted all strange, so we agreed never to bring up the name again. So I don't
What?
know why Damian is bringing up the name again.
This
What
is the
happened
first
to
time
James
I've ever.
Ronan?
This is the first time I've ever heard any of you say that name before. What are you talking about?
What happened to him?
This is very confusing. I think at this point, Damian is like, you know, when you're like talking to somebody, but your eyes are like closing and you're falling asleep in the middle of the conversation.
I think we're
Despite
all.
his foot getting stomped on, that's where he's at right now.
I think
Well, that-
we're all a little tired, and we can pick up this conversation later.
No, I really want to know.
I'm sorry, I think I'm
We-
too tired. And,
That's fine.
David just
Damian's
mentioned
out.
he was his friend before, and I asked you about him, and you acted like strange because you were saying, "Oh, he's dead. Who are you talking about?" And so that's why I told Damian to stop talking about it.
The Wanderer, like, his ears kind of go back and he's looking at each one of you, like almost as though he's analyzing, scrutinizing your face. So you're telling me you talked to me about James Ronan, but I don't remember it.
Like you said, you're not
Nope.
omnipotent. You don't know everything.
Omniscient.
And
But
it was
Omniscient,
just a
yeah.
one-time question. It was a long conversation.
No, I would definitely remember that.
So what happened to James Ronan?
At this point, Damian's asleep. Sorry. He passed out.
When you're passed out,
Next to the Wanderer.
next to the Wanderer, who's going to just crawl up and sit right on your chest and kind of dig those claws in just a little bit. You know how cats do, just to be annoying.
Oh, God, what the fuck? Ow.
Oh, sorry, Damian.
What was that?
You are all telling me that you've asked me about James Ronan, and Kat was asking about him. You all... James Ronan is a cautionary tale.
Why?
Is this a tale we should know?
I really don't like bringing up failures as Magi-Knights. James Ronan was kind of a horrible person.
He is. Was.
He
Whatever.
he manipulated David the moment he became a Magi-Knight. When I first discovered him, he was well, never mind. But when I do see Aisha, give me 1 second.
No, I'm blocking my cat. I don't know if it's coming
okay.
out too.
Oh, okay. I thought you were raising your hand.
Nope, sorry. My cat's just
All
cleaning
good.
themselves.
All good.
Incredible.
When James joined the Magi-Knights, when I discovered him and he died, or was about to die, he almost immediately took over for most of the Magi-Knights. Back then, it was him and it was David and he and Tilia and Jasmine, but Jasmine made some bad choices, and Tilia ended up in a coma, and then it was just David and James. And well, I thought the two of them were powerful enough to handle it. I mean, after all, the outsider attacks were becoming less and less frequent, and when they did, they were mostly just cultists and occasional low-level outsiders. I thought we were whittling it down. But then James started to get into some really, really dark stuff. I've told you before that the occultic practices of the people who worship the outsiders, it's damaging. It damages one's soul. It damages one's being. James kept getting deeper and deeper into the occult. I tried to warn him. David tried to warn him. But it wasn't enough. And eventually, he started to become corrupted. And the Wanderer kind of hesitates a moment. James turned on David at one point, and I had to ask him whether or not he really wanted to be a Magi-Knight at all. But then that fight happened. And then he died. And then David just got more and more discouraged. But then when the opportunity came for the five of you there with David on that return trip, I thought, oh, thank gods. Maybe if David has enough people with him, with enough friends, maybe he won't have to take it all in on his own.
I have one personal curiosity. Are you supposed to be, or are the only one of your kind?
As far as I know.
How long have you been doing this?
He kind of thinks back for a little bit. I came into existence when this region of the United States was nothing more than a huge forest, and there were people living on these lands, well, in some areas. They were native to this region of the world, and eventually watched them get pushed out by the expansion west. So
Long time.
it's been a while.
And you're the only one making groups of Magi-Knights who still haven't defeated the outsiders.
War continued to come through. We whittle them down. We get them to the point where they are no longer around, but eventually someone starts worshiping them and pull them through onto this plane again. There's been times when we've gone decades, centuries even, without another outsider appear. But eventually they do return, and I'm compelled to bring new Magi-Knights into the fold.
Why is there so many right now?
Because I believe they're trying to bring about something more than just kidnapping people and stealing their energy. Last night, they were attempting to build a spectral bridge.
Does that mean what I think it does?
Does it open a path for them to come to this world?
No, it actually is the reverse. Spectral bridges are created to bring over large amounts of people to the other side. That's what happens. When they're not stealing energy, they're stealing people. My personal belief is they use them as batteries on whatever plane of existence they're being taken to, but I don't know for sure. Even my knowledge isn't infinite. But I know outsiders kidnap people, and then they kidnap more people, and then they kidnap more people. And eventually something more powerful comes through. So when the cycle begins again, usually the first sign that something larger is about to happen is more and more people begin to disappear.
More people we save. The longer we can put off whatever their plan is until we figure out who's at the top.
The church. I think something's going on at the church.
I
It all
don't
comes down to that.
disagree. I'm not convinced that that's the tallest building in this plan.
Okay,
Well-
so they stole energy to survive, but now it seems like they've shifted gears from survival to conquering.
If they're trying to take more and more people, the only reason they would be doing that is if they're planning on powering something even bigger to come through.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I think.
Oh.
And then Damian passes out again. Like he hears that, he's like, yeah, definitely. I think.
So it'll be like at the restaurant where they were driving those people crazy and sucking their energy, but at a bigger scale and in another world.
Kinda, yeah.
We got this. Just take things one day at a time.
There's just so much
Sounds
to
good.
find.
I mean, he keeps telling me in their sleep.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm asleep. Sorry. Let me mute out.
No, it's funnier with the sleeping talk. It's,
Yeah, it definitely is.
Just
Somebody
kind of
sits
half
up,
listening.
says something, and then
We win.
that's every sleepover I ever had growing up.
Yeah.
Does anybody have any more questions for the Wanderer?
Maybe we should watch a funny
Nope.
movie.
What's your favorite color?
Oh, green.
Fascinating. Thank you.
I do have a question. You said we could go back to get the gloom gems later.
Oh, good
Mhm.
question. How
The,
later?
the residual spectral energy should remain for at least a good 24 to 48 hours.
Morning. Sounds like a
Tomorrow.
morning fun walk.
Or drive. Funny movie, some sleep, maybe. Hopefully, I think we all need rest.
Absolutely. And so we leave our Magi-Knights, one of whom is already passed out, another holding their tongue, and everybody just chilling, watching a funny movie with low volume, until eventually every single one of you drift off to sleep. Which is an excellent place to end things for this evening. So, well done, everybody. You got some interesting information out of the Wanderer. Yeah, you're going to be getting back into it tomorrow morning after your long rest. So go ahead and do your long rest while you're at it. As we finish up.
rest?
Yeah, what kind of sleep are we getting?
That is a restful sleep.
Ooh, exciting.
I don't remember what that does. I need to look.
Yeah, we'll talk about it after we're off the air. But
Sure.
for now, let's just say thank you to everyone who watched this evening. We're very much appreciating that you tuned in and hung out with us. Come back in 2 weeks to find out what our heroes get into on a Sunday. Should be a lot of fun. I kind of know where they're headed on this one, so I doubt any of them are going to get a huge amount of sleep, but yeah, whatever. Anyway, let's go around the table and have everybody tell us who they are and where we can find them on the internet. Salem, I'm so sorry. I never really got a chance to give you a role tonight, did I?
It's all good. It's all good. No, it was a fun session, honestly. So,
well, why don't you go ahead and go first?
Sure. Yeah, I'm John. I played Salem tonight. You can find me here every other Monday and Wednesdays. On Monday, I am in the Aether Tech Wars, where I played Raven, my little fetchling champion. I love him. He's cinnamon roll. But you can also find me at Creative Panda 88 or Creative Panda 88 on Instagram and johnpoart.bluesky.social. As well as an upcoming one-shot that we will be having here at Random Rhapsody for Halloween. It's going to be fun.
Heck yeah. Kat, you're next.
Ashleyien, I played Kat, and you can find me here every 2 weeks.
Heck yeah. Aisha, you're up.
Hi, I was your Aisha for tonight. Right now, until the second Sunday of October, this is the only game I'm playing, so we'll keep it short. You can find me everywhere on the internet at Destiny Trio INC. Right now, if you're on Twitter or Blue Sky, you can see me freaking out over a new Yuri series called Love Bullet. And just real quick, in case you were wondering what Aisha's fit, it was a white bucket hat, that bowling alley wall print mesh jacket that every 90s girl had, a white tube top, and blue jeans. That's all.
Okay. Damian, you're up.
Yeah, my name's Los. I played Damian, which was very enjoyable. You can find me on all the socials at PDX Homebrew. Otherwise, I'm here every other week, and I'll see you in 2 weeks.
Heck yeah. Melody, you're up.
I'm Kira. I'm the assistant creator of Magi-Knights Awakening. And you can find all of our social media accounts on our website, magi-knights.com. And, oh, sorry, my cat is on my lap and he just tried to bite me. Nope. While I was petting him. We are preparing for another Kickstarter. I'm not totally sure when it will happen yet, but here's one of the products that will be in it, a plushie of Kirix.
Heck yeah.
Super cute. I'm excited to share them with everybody else. And also, I am the author of the children's book, My Dad the Game Master, which you can find on Amazon.
Right on. Well, as always, I am Matthew R. Dawson, your friendly neighborhood host and game master here on the Random Rhapsody Network. You can always find me here every Monday and Wednesday running crazy games for crazy people doing crazy stuff. It's always a blast. You can also find me every so often on other channels, such as All on the Table TTRPG, on Lost Caravan RPG, on Bard Rock Network, on our Sparks Ignited. I could keep going on. I'm not going to bore you. I'm all over the internet. If you want to figure out where I am next, go to my own Twitter page, which is at Scruffy Wanderer. Yeah. Oh, and I'm also going to be in that Halloween one shot too. I'm actually get to play.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. So, on behalf of everyone here in the Magi-Knights and everyone in the Random Rhapsody crew, I just want to say, thank you, folks. It's been a delight. So long. Good luck. And until next time, may you live until you die. And good night.
It's not the same. No, it's not the same.
Night.
Nighty night. Oh, God.
They can't handle change. It's great.